What if most of your daily mental exhaustion wasn't coming from big problems, but from hundreds of tiny ones you don't even notice? The small decisions, the small waits, the small moments of uncertainty that your brain quietly burns energy resolving. Japan treats those as an engineering problem with an actual solution. This video breaks down 15 ways that philosophy gets built directly into the physical environment, so your brain stops spending fuel on things that a well-designed system can just handle for you automatically. Number 1. Suica and Pasmo IC cards for seamless transit and payments. Suica and Pasmo IC cards work by collapsing all of that into a single tap. Load money onto the card once, and it handles trains, subways, buses, convenience stores, and vending machines across the entire country. And the same tap that gets you through a Tokyo subway gate also pays for a coffee in Osaka. Most transit systems protect their own payment infrastructure and don't talk to each other. So building a network that works across competing rail operators and retailers required deliberate coordination from the start. Number 2. Convenience stores that handle bills, tickets, banking, and daily errands. There's a specific kind of exhaustion that comes from errand fragmentation. Paying a bill means one trip, mailing a package means another, and grabbing lunch means a third. Most cities treat this as just the cost of adult life. A Japanese konbini looks like a small shop from the outside, but walk in and you can pay your electricity bill, buy concert tickets, send a package, print documents, and eat a hot meal. A centralized payment terminal connects the store to thousands of government agencies, utility companies, and ticketing platforms, so it's operating as a physical node in a national services network. Number 3. Takuhaiban luggage forwarding services. Most travelers just accept that luggage is something you carry the whole trip. You haul it up subway stairs, squeeze it into train aisles, park it in restaurant corners, and quietly plan every move around where it can fit. Takuhaiban is a luggage forwarding service built into Japan's regular parcel delivery network. You drop your bags at a convenience store or hotel the night before you travel, pay a flat fee, and they show up at your next destination the following day. You move with just a day pack. Number 4. Coin lockers at train stations and shopping centers. You arrive in a city 3 hours before your hotel will take you, and suddenly your whole morning is just luggage management. You can't commit to anything because everything you own is attached to you. Coin lockers at Japanese train stations come in sizes that fit full suitcases, and most of them now work with IC cards or QR codes instead of physical keys. You walk in, drop everything, and you're done in about 90 seconds. The locker solves the storage problem right at the point where the problem shows up, so your afternoon starts the moment you arrive. Number 5. Highly punctual trains that reduce uncertainty and stress. Think about how you currently plan around your commute. You leave earlier than you need to because you don't actually know if the train will show up on time, and that buffer you build in isn't free time. It's insurance against a system you can't trust. Japanese trains run with delays measured in seconds per year, not minutes. When a train runs a few minutes late, staff issue a formal apology. The schedule isn't approximate, it's a contract. So when you use a system that reliable, something shifts. You stop doing the buffer calculation entirely because there's nothing to calculate. Your schedule stops being inflated by uncertainty. Number 6. Train platform queue markings for orderly boarding. Getting on a crowded train without any system in place is a low-grade social negotiation. You're reading the crowd, guessing where the doors will stop, watching whether people are going to let others off first, and making small adjustments the whole time. It's not stressful exactly, but your brain is working. Japanese platforms have painted or tiled lines showing exactly where each car door stops and where passengers should queue. You walk up, find your spot, and that's it. No reading the crowd, no calculating position. The floor already made the decision. Number 7. Heated toilet seats with bidet functions. Most visitors to Japan mention the toilet seat within about 24 hours of landing, usually laughing a little, but the design logic behind it is worth taking seriously. A standard toilet seat in most countries does nothing. The Japanese washlet heats to body temperature, cleans with warm water, lets you adjust the pressure and spray angle, and dries you off after. A small internal heater keeps the water at a consistent temperature so there's no cold shock, ever. Number 8. Public restroom privacy sound machines. Most people handle public restroom anxiety by rushing, avoiding, or just tolerating it. Japan built a button for it instead. It's called an autoheim, which translates roughly to sound princess. Press it and a small wall-mounted speaker plays the sound of running water continuously until you press it again. Some versions trigger automatically with a motion sensor. The audio is loud enough to cover what you need it to cover inside the stall, but it doesn't bleed out into the broader restroom. Number 9, vending machines available almost everywhere. In most countries, a vending machine is a last resort. Japan has roughly one for every 23 people, and they're not tucked into break rooms or airport corners. They're on hiking trails, in rural areas with no other store for miles, inside office buildings, and on almost every city block. They sell hot drinks, cold drinks, hot food, umbrellas, batteries, and fresh flowers. And newer models use sensors to adjust suggestions based on the weather and who's standing in front of them. Many accept IC cards. Number 10, parcel redelivery scheduling systems. Missing a delivery and then trying to reschedule it is one of those tasks that shouldn't take long but somehow eats 45 minutes of your day. Japan's redelivery system works like this. The carrier leaves a notice, you pick a 2-hour window through an app or phone system, and the driver shows up inside that window. The driver isn't making a speculative second attempt either. They're working from a confirmed appointment list, so the route optimization actually works. Number 11, convenience store ATMs with nationwide access. Running out of cash and not being able to find an ATM that takes your card is the kind of stress that compounds fast, especially somewhere unfamiliar. Konbini ATMs accept a wide range of international cards, run around the clock, and because the stores are already everywhere, the ATMs are everywhere too. The interface works the same way across locations, and most machines carry a multilingual option. They're maintained as part of the store's daily operations, so you don't get the out-of-service screen that standalone street ATMs throw at you constantly. Number 12, plastic food displays outside restaurants for easier decisions. Walking into a restaurant where you can't read the menu puts you in an immediate bind. You either point at something random, default to whatever sounds familiar, or spend an uncomfortable amount of time staring at text while someone waits for your order. Outside most Japanese restaurants, there's a glass case with physical models of every dish they serve, called sampuru. They're made from vinyl and hand-painted to match the real thing, right down to individual sesame seeds and the way soup sits in a bowl. You can see the exact portion, the color, the garnish, and the price before you even walk in. Number 13, compact. Walkable neighborhoods that reduce commuting burdens. How much of your day disappears just getting between things? In most sprawl cities, errands live in separate zones, so every task requires a car trip, and those trips stack up into hours every week that you're just moving between places rather than doing anything. Japanese cities build around train stations as neighborhood anchors, with grocery stores, dentists, restaurants, and apartment buildings all on the same block. Zoning allows commercial and residential use to mix freely, so the things you need are already where you are. When everything's within a 10-minute walk, you stop batching errands into dedicated trips. You just go when you need to. Number 14, umbrella stands and lockers at building entrances. A wet umbrella is a small problem that most buildings just ignore. You end up carrying it through hallways, leaning it against your chair where it drips, or leaving it somewhere you're not sure is okay. Japanese buildings put a stand or a locker right at the entrance. The stands hold umbrellas upright and off the floor. The lockers are narrow vertical slots with a small key, so you can secure yours and not think about it again until you leave. That matters because umbrella theft is common enough in Japan that people actually plan around it. Number 15, omotenashi-style service that anticipates needs before you ask for help. It's a Japanese service principle built around anticipating what you need before you know you need it. A pharmacist notices you're buying cold medicine and asks if you're driving, because some formulas cause drowsiness before you think to check. A hotel puts extra blankets in the room before winter guests arrive. A restaurant slows down the courses because your table is eating slowly without anyone asking. The cognitive work of identifying your needs, formulating the request, managing the interaction, that all gets absorbed by the person serving you instead. You can't build a locker network in your hallway, but the logic transfers. Every recurring friction point in your day, the thing you always have to remember, the moment that always creates uncertainty, can have a system built around it so you stop carrying it mentally